Hello. Forecast for the next week looks to be pretty quiet. However, we are watching tropical depression that's currently sitting over Honduras in Central America. That would be Tropical Depression Eta. More on that after this. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Christopher Van with the National Weather Service here in Slidell, Louisiana. And this is your weekly weather briefing for Thursday, November 5th, 2020. And we're going to go through pretty much Wednesday of next week. So, real quick situation overview here. All eyes are on Tropical Depression Eta right now, which does sit over Honduras today. It is expected to move back into the Western Caribbean overnight tonight and early Friday morning. So we'll keep a close eye on it and we'll go over that in a little bit. Outside of that, there's no other tropical disturbances to worry about over the next 5 days. And then the forecast, overall it's pretty quiet. We do have a good chance of rain on Saturday, and that's pretty much the only chance of rain we're going to have through the next 5, 6, maybe 7 days. There may be some lingering showers on Sunday. However, most of the rain is going to occur on Saturday, and it will be mostly light, maybe some moderate rain with a few embedded thunderstorms, but overall not much of a problem. Forecast is dry outside of that, and then temperatures, the highs will be near to slightly above normal. However, the lows outside of Friday morning will be a good bit above normal, possibly 5 to maybe as much as 10 degrees, especially later on in the forecast as we continue to increase the moisture over the area. And look for lows that are kind of in that mid-60s range, which would be a bit warmer than we've seen for the last week. And then outside of that, in the extended forecast, the pattern does suggest a warmer forecast for the middle of November. Rain chances will be equal chances of near normal to above normal or below normal, but a lot's going to be highly dependent on the eventual track of Eta. So we're looking at our tropical weather outlook right here. This is over the next 5 days. Outside of Eta, there is really nothing that we are concerned with at this time. There's no tropical depression disturbances out there, so that is a positive thing. But as we focus mainly on Eta, you can see this is the 9 a.m. advisory from this morning on Thursday. Tropical Depression Eta was sitting over Honduras and is expected to move back into the Western Caribbean tonight at some point, and then it will turn more to the northeast over the next few days. Over that time, it is expected to slowly reorganize, becoming a tropical storm once again over the Western Caribbean, and then it was actually expected to approach central part of Cuba. It looks like a Sunday and maybe Sunday night. It'll cross over Cuba and then start to slow down once again, and then turn to the north and then northwest, possibly moving into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico early next week. Looks like a Tuesday morning at this time. Outside of after those 5 days, there's a lot of question marks with the forecast. Right now, the confidence is increasing that we could see Eta in the southeastern Gulf of Mexico, but a lot's going to depend on the steering currents and cold fronts that kind of come through over the next week. There is some concern that one cold front and steering currents will kind of will bypass the system, which will draw it to the north a little bit, but then as it moves away, Eta would start to slow down, possibly just drift over the southeastern and central Gulf of Mexico. And then it would basically be waiting on that next system to help steer it. And there are some indications that it could steer it towards the north-central Gulf of Mexico. However, we do have time. We are keeping an eye on it. If it does look like it would impact the north-central Gulf of Mexico, that would be sometime late next week. The earliest time frame right now appears to be maybe Thursday, but more likely on Friday. And Friday night. We'll have to keep a close eye on it right now. If it does move into that area of the north central Gulf of Mexico, right now there are all indications that it shouldn't be too strong. But again, another nuisance that we have to keep an eye on. And obviously, again, it's 2020, so we can't ignore any of these tropical systems. The forecast for next week, this is kind of showing a little bit different. These are 6 different locations across our area. Quite a few places, around the region. We've got Baton Rouge on here, Keesler Air Force Base, Pascagoula. Then we're also showing Slidell, Macomb, and then Lakefront. As you can see, the temperature. This is a temperature forecast. You can see right here, all 6 of these different stations, what we call a diurnal change, or it's a change between the morning low and the afternoon high. That morning low Friday morning is going to be near normal to maybe slightly above normal. So we'll see lows that are in the mid 50s to lower 60s over most of the area. Obviously, lakefront being right there on the water of Lake Pontchartrain would be a little bit warmer Friday morning. But as you look at the forecast beyond Friday, those highs, they're all in that kind of mid 70s range, lower to mid 70s for most of the time frame, Saturday and Sunday. Obviously, Saturday's a little bit cooler because we're expecting some cloud cover over the area along with rain. But as you look to Sunday and Monday, how it starts to slowly inch up a little bit more, with highs in the mid 70s across most of the area, and then highs in the mid to upper 70s, maybe if isolated locations getting right around 80 degrees that Monday afternoon, and probably again on Tuesday afternoon. However, if you see that one line that kind of runs through the middle of everything, that's lakefront. Their change in their morning low and their afternoon high is not as great. So their afternoon highs will be a little bit cooler than everybody else, but their morning lows will be definitely warmer than everybody else. So with this forecast right here, just shows you that temperatures are going to be slowly warming as we move through the next 5 days. Your rainfall chances right now, again, mainly on Saturday. It looks like the best chance of rain is going to be Saturday and throughout the day, but especially across the southeastern portion of our area. So you're looking at the extreme southeast Louisiana and coastal Mississippi has the best chance of seeing rain, and has the best chance of seeing probably greater than about a half inch. Most of the area should see less than an inch. The one locations that look like they could see about half an inch to maybe up to an inch would be kind of a southeast of a line from Houma to Slidell to Poplarville, Mississippi. Overall though, we're expecting mainly light to moderate rain, maybe a few embedded thunderstorms in there, and obviously if you get a thunderstorm, there could be a quick burst of some heavier rain in there, and the best chance for thunderstorms look like it's going to be across the coast, so that's why they're just seeing those higher rainfall potential in coastal Louisiana and coastal Mississippi. This is that extended outlook I was mentioning earlier, talking about the warmer forecast expected. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, so mainly looking at mid-November now, so around Wednesday next week and then going into next weekend. Obviously, there could be some hiccups with this depending on Eta, but even with Eta coming in, we're expecting those morning lows to again be 5 to maybe 10 degrees above normal, so that's going to have the biggest impact on our temperature outlook in the extended forecast. Our high temperatures will probably be near to above normal most of this forecast, but again, those morning lows are the main reason for the above normal temperatures. As we look for the rainfall, the reason it's showing that kind of gray area or the N is that there's an equal chance of either above normal precipitation or below normal precipitation. Again, a lot of that is very dependent on the eventual track of Eta, because as I mentioned at the previous slide, this forecast is for basically Wednesday next week through next weekend. If Eta does make its way towards the north central Gulf of Mexico, that's going to be kind of late next week, so that's in that time frame. So depending on the track, we could see more rain, or all the rain could be off to our east and we are then drier than normal. So just something we have to keep an eye on, but right now, equal chances both for above or below normal rainfall. So going over our summary, everything we've talked about right now, continue to watch Eta. Tropical Depression Eta is currently over the Honduras or Central America right now. It is expected to move back into the Western Caribbean tonight, Friday morning. As it moves to the northeast across the Western Caribbean, it's expected to slowly reorganize, become a tropical storm again, then cross Cuba, slow down, move back to the north, and then back to the northwest. Now it looks like it's going to get into the southeastern Gulf of Mexico at least by around Tuesday time frame, and then after that, we just got to keep a close eye on it right now. But over the next 5 to 7 days, we've got no concerns with Eta. We just got to keep a close eye on it right now, and if it does move, it becomes a concern, moves towards our area. That would be late next week, and all indications that it wouldn't be very strong. And then given the time of the year and what it looks like would be steering it, there's a good chance that a lot of those impacts could be off to our east. So we'll just keep a close eye on it, and we'll update you if there's any new information on it. Outside of Eta, no issues right now. Tropical disturbances are quiet. Next 5 days look to be pretty good. Overall forecast, main impact in our forecast in the next 5 to 7 days is going to be the rain chances on Saturday. Not expecting a lot, mostly light to moderate rain, maybe a few pockets of heavier rain that are associated with those isolated thunderstorms. Dry forecast outside of those days. There may be some lingering showers on Sunday, but overall we look pretty dry through Wednesday. Temperatures, the highs will be near to slightly above normal. However, those morning lows after Friday morning, we'll definitely start to trend much warmer. And then the pattern, again, suggests a warmer forecast in our extended forecast. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I hope this was beneficial. And again, we will update you with any information on Eta, especially if it does look like it has a better chance of impacting our region.